Night did not fall gently on Ogbunaik town. It crashed down like a heavy drumbeat from the sky. The moon hung low and yellow, swollen like it had eaten too much egusi. The wind whispered secrets only mad people and witches could understand. Dogs refused to bark. Goats tied behind houses suddenly knelt like they were praying. Even the crickets agreed tonight was not for noise. Then it started. A violent whooshing sound tore through the sky. Whoosh. 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 Broomsticks sliced through the air like angry spirits. Old women with glowing red eyes flew overhead, wrappers flapping wildly, laughter echoing like broken bells. One witch screamed, "You're flying too low." Another shouted back, "Yes, it's your sky. Shift small." A third witch missed her landing, crashed into a mango tree, and shouted angrily, "Thunder fire this useless tree," while climbing down with dignity. Below them, the church bell ran out of control. Clang. 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 Inside the small Catholic church, candles trembled. African priests and prophets huddled together, white garments shaking, sweat soaking through prayer robes. At the altar stood Father Michael, the only white man in the town. A missionary who arrived years ago with confidence, holy water, and optimism. That confidence was now melting. "They are flying," he whispered. "Yes, Father," a prophet replied, peeking through the window. "They usually don't fly on Mondays, but tonight feels personal." Outside, the witches landed in a rough circle. One tall witch with lips as dark as burnt palm oil raised her broomstick high. "People of Ogbunaik," she screamed. "We have come for our town back." Thunder roared like applause. Inside the church, one prophet fainted instantly. Another began speaking in tongues so fast even heaven asked him to slow down. "Jesus. Jesus. Jesus." A witch shouted back, "Which one? Old or New Testament?" Down the road, the mosque doors were locked. The imam whispered prayers carefully, negotiating respectfully with God. Traditional doctors hid behind their strongest charms, arguing quietly about whose fault this whole situation was. Fear ruled the night. And then, a boy walked into town. No dramatic music followed him. No glowing eyes. No supernatural entrance. Just calm footsteps. His name was Sadiq. People stared as he walked through the chaos with a small bag and a notebook. Is that boy mad? Has witchcraft finished him already? Is he immune? Sadiq stopped in the town square and looked up at the witches floating lazily above him. "Good evening," he said politely. The witches froze midair. One dropped her broom and had to borrow another. Did he greet us?" one whispered. "Yes," another replied. With confidence. Sadiq continued calmly, "I see anger. I see fear. I see misunderstanding. But mostly, I see bad communication." Silence crashed down harder than thunder. Father Michael slowly opened the church door, holding his Bible like a shield. "My son," he said shakily, "please come inside. This is not a democracy." Sadiq smiled. "Exactly, Father. That's the problem." Gasps flew across the town. Sadiq climbed onto a broken well and spoke clearly, steadily. "This town belongs to everyone. Witches, priests, prophets, Muslims, traditional doctors. Even people who just want to sleep peacefully and mind their business." A witch laughed loudly. "We were here first. And you are still here," Sadiq replied. "So why the noise?" "They call us evil," another witch hissed, sparks flickering from her fingers. A prophet shouted back, "You fly at night. What should we call you, airlines?" Laughter escaped the crowd despite the fear. Sadiq raised his hand. "Flying does not make someone evil. Some people fly in airplanes every day and still behave badly." Even Father Michael coughed to hide a laugh. Sadiq spoke again, slower now. "Religion without sense becomes noise. Power without wisdom becomes terror. Fear without understanding becomes war. The witches murmured. The priest listened. The imam nodded. Sadiq opened his notebook. I propose something radical, he said. Peace. Thunder grumbled, disappointed. No more midnight attacks. No forced conversions. No burning of shrines. No flooding churches with frogs. A witch raised her hand. What about flying? You can fly, Sadiq replied. Just not over the church roof. Father Michael already has heart issues. Father Michael nodded rapidly. Laughter exploded across the town. If you're enjoying this wild African comic story of horror, humor, and heart, this is a perfect moment to pause and show some love. Like this video, subscribe for more unforgettable stories, and share it with someone who believes stories can change minds, and maybe even towns. Now, let's return to Ogbunaik. Something shifted. The witches descended gently. The priest stepped forward. The mosque doors opened. The traditional doctors emerged proudly. A feast was declared that very night. Witches cooked soup that stirred itself. Priests brought wine that never finished. Muslims shared dates and laughter. Drums beat. Children danced. Father Michael tried dancing until a witch corrected him. You're stiff, she said. Relax your waist. Even the moon seemed to smile. As dawn approached, peace settled over Ogbunaik like soft ash. Sadiq stood at the edge of town, ready to leave. Wait, they called. Father Michael stepped forward. What should we call you? Sadiq smiled. Call me the wise peacemaker. He walked into the rising sun. From that day on, Ogbunaik became famous, the only town where witches flew legally, churches rang bells peacefully, mosques echoed calmly, and everyone agreed on one truth. Sense is the greatest power of all. And sometimes, late at night, you can still hear a witch shouting, "Don't fly too low." Democracy is still in session. If this story made you laugh, think, or feel something, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe for more dramatic, hilarious, and powerful stories like this. Like the video, share it widely, and comment what part shocked you the most. Because stories don't just entertain. They unite.